Join us on our 7-day cruise from Southampton to the Norwegian Fjords on P&O's Iona. In this episode, we're visiting the port of Olden. Although just a small village, Olden is a major tourist area with a population of only about 666. Although it's only got a small population, it still supports 2 churches and a number of shops. In this episode, we're going to show you some of the sights of Olden as we took a little land train, then onto the Briksdal Glacier before we enjoyed the amazing sail away out of Olden. We started the day with breakfast in the Keel Restaurant, which is located on deck 7 at the aft of the ship. Breakfast is served from 8 AM to 10 AM, and you can take a look at the menu. If you want to pause it, you'll see the breakfast menu, which doesn't change each day. We found service quick, there was no long waits, and it didn't hold us up at all. Hi, it is Tuesday the 21st of May 2024. We have docked into Olden and the scenery is stunning. So we've got a troll car booked for 1:30, and we'd hoped to have gone the skylift because the skies are so clear this morning. But not surprisingly, with a full ship you can't get on until at least midday, and that's too late for us. So instead we have booked onto, if you can see it, that little train, or at least we're waiting for the next one. There's 3 trains that run. It's cost us 350 NOK each. So translated in prices as they are today, it's worked out about £51 for the pair of us. And the tour is about an hour and 10 minutes with 2 stops apparently for sightseeing. So we'll take plenty of footage as we go round. You can see it just moving off now. So after that should put us back here, still in plenty of time to explore the local town. We've already been in the souvenir shop. Got some of the obligatory kind of fridge magnets for everyone. So we'll take you around as normal, and then later this afternoon we'll show you the troll cars. It's just moved off the train, so I thought I'd flip the camera around and show you Olden and the weather we're getting. How stunning that is. If you'd booked to do kayaking, I can't think there'd have been a better day to have done it on this water. It's like a mirror. During the ride on the land train, you get an interesting audio that describes the village and some of the notable residents in the past. Have a listen into some of it.
Stretches 24 arms through the valleys down below. And the most famous of them is no doubt the Briksdal Glacier. But in order to be sure, these wires were attached to the tower and bolted in the ground.
But one of them is locked. One of them is on
Kifossen is the name of this river. At the bottom, the waterfall, the first hydroelectric power station was built here in 1950. This is the first hydroelectric power station ever built in this district. Originally, the station only provided the center of Olden with electric power, but now the station is attached to the national net. There is no salmon passage here in this waterfall, and the salmons are unable to jump to the outlet of the lake, so there are no salmons in the lake, but there are trout in abundances. To get the trout, we usually use a fishing equipment which is called the otter. The otter is a wooden brett with lead at one side so that the brett will float vertically on the surface. Between the brett and the rowing boat there is a line, and on the line there are artificial flies. When the boat is moving across the surface, these flies will be dancing on the surface.
During the ride, you get a couple of opportunities to stop, get out, stretch your legs and take in some of the stunning scenery. And of course, take plenty of photos. Stopped for an ice cream. Weather's lovely. We've still got a couple of hours before we need to be back at the ship for the next excursion. So we have stopped here. A little coffee shop there serves ice cream. Reasonably well priced. So rather than film too much, I've let my ice cream melt. Tuck in and sit next to the lake. So just taking a short walk across the bridge at Olden. Now, it's one of those things, we really wanted to see the skylift and we couldn't, but it's also a fact you simply can't do everything. So we've got the Glacier troll car, which we really wanted to do. We obviously, when it comes to picking your excursions, you have to prioritise. But one thing I would say, because we've had the morning to ourselves, and obviously we've just gone on that little car train thing to see the sights, we couldn't have done that and the skylift. So I'm really glad that we've done it the way we have, because Olden's stunning. Skylift lovely, but you can't do it all in one day. So I am just taking a quick walk over the bridge, purely because I want to get a good shot of the ship from this side, as you will see now. So I'm just going to walk over, and then I'm going to flip just take some standard photos. But if it weren't for the fact I know where we're going this afternoon, it's definitely shorts and t-shirt weather. I'll just pan around here. So there you go. That's where we were. And there is the P&O Iona that we're on. Olden even has a beach. It's tiny, but there's a beach. From here, we took a slow walk back down to the ship. It's very flat, it's an easy walk. Took about 10 to 15 minutes, but we were going slowly and enjoying the sunshine. Our afternoon excursion was to the Briksdal Glacier, which is located about 16 miles south of Olden. We caught the coach directly outside the ship. It took about 45 minutes to get there, and there was again a 5-minute stop or so to take some photos along the way. Once we got there, we all got aboard these troll cars to take us up to the glacier. If you were there for the whole day, you can hike, but the reality is if you're there for the afternoon, you don't have time to do the hike. So follow us along as we go up towards the glacier, then we'll pick it up again shortly. Okay, so we're walking up to the glacier, just gone up the troll cars, and the first 150 metres is quite steep. Of course, the other thing is, it is such a warm day. Kind of wish we had shorts on, to be honest. So we're about 300 metres from the glacier. Should be there shortly. This bit's a bit more level. Problem is, of course, you're so knackered by the time you get to the level part. So we made it to the glacier. We were told when we got here we were running a little bit late. So whether we've got up here quicker or we don't have as long here, I don't know. But essentially we've got probably maximum 10 minutes. Turn around and get down because the troll cars will leave without you. So warm, so peaceful. Absolutely stunning. It's worth it. I'll flip the camera around and then you can have a look with me. Just the actual glacier, like a blue tint to it. It's the way the sun hits the ice. Let's go down to the actual water. Also really conscious that I've learnt the amount of videoing you're doing. I've got very little power left on my battery. So if you want to do loads of video in Norway, bring your power bank. Water looks blue. It is so clear. It is so pleasant up here. Right, quick break before we head back. Back down the troll cars, back down the hill. When we got off the troll cars, we went into the restaurant where refreshments were provided as part of the excursion. So there was loads of cake, all different flavours, which you'll see in a second. Free tea and coffee, all part of it. Cake, so I went for strawberry mousse, chocolate cake and lemon. What did you have?
Apple cake, strawberry mousse, cherry cake, carrot cake.
Cheese. Just to show you, because we've got plenty of time, of what cake we had. This is what was off. This is what gave us carrot cake, chocolate cake. It was all lovely. I'm not going to pronounce it. Lemon cake was lovely. Strawberry mousse. Strawberry mousse was really nice. And tea and coffees. Let's have a quick look.
I've got to go to New Island, so we were on Long Island, and then in Manhattan as well for a few days. And then
Eventually, back on the ship, it was time to sail away from Olden. The views are amazing as you sail away, and the Olden residents always sing to the cruise ships. For copyright, I can't show much of that, but you'll just have to use your imagination of singing Rod Stewart sailing, among others. Sailing out of Olden. Quick tip, if you want to see the full sail away, get there 10 minutes early. So as the captain's making the announcement, I very much suspect everyone was already there. Kind of surprised the boat didn't lean to one side. But beautiful day, you can see people in the pool. That doesn't happen all the time coming out here. People sunbathing. A great port Olden's been. So tonight they're going to sail through the fjords, and then around 10 o'clock go south, follow the coast down to Haggerson, where we should arrive on Wednesday, tomorrow. So tonight changed to some of the entertainment. There's a singer in the Headliners Theatre, and I believe we're going to try and eat at the Keel and Cow. I think that's what it's called, Keel and Cow. So we'll let you know how that goes. Time to get changed. For dinner, we visited the Keel and Cow, which is situated on deck 8 in the atrium. This is a restaurant that you have to book using the virtual queue on the My Holiday app. Dinner is served from 5 PM to 9:30 PM. pause the video if you want to check out the menu. Went with the starter, choose to share. So, I've gone with the slow roasted pork belly, but I asked for the cabbage to be removed, and it comes separate with the pork juice, and it's got the oh, and I asked for my just tips on mine. Donna got a martini. So you had the berry crumble. Well presented. I went with the trio of ice cream, which is clotted cream, banoffee ripple and champagne and strawberry. Join us next time as we sail into Haggersund. If you can, it would mean the world to us if you would like this video and consider subscribing for future episodes. Thank you.